So one of the most common questions I get asked by my clients is, how do we recruit and retain staff? Well, one of my answers is, apart from joy, of course, is a sense of belonging. You know, we're humans. Everybody in business is a human. And one of the core fundamental needs for humans is we want to belong. We don't just all want to succeed. We want to actually belong. That's a much deeper layer of what goes on under success. And if you want to keep staff and you want to attract staff, then creating an environment where people feel like they belong and it's like a family is really essential. And where does it start? Well, most of the time it starts with the leader. So whether you're a leader, a manager, a supervisor, a C-suite executive, it doesn't matter, because you are the fish head. And I don't know if it's really true that a fish rots from the head down, who knows, but it sounds good. And it certainly is true that the leader, no matter what level you're at, shapes the culture that you're in. And the culture, to have a culture of belonging, means that we have to do a few things where people feel they belong. And remember, it's all about the felt experience, that they matter, that their voice counts, that they're valued not for just what they do, but also for who they are. And you know, so many times people aren't even valued for what they do. It's kind of like invisible. Well, as soon as you, as a human, feel invisible, you disengage. And engagement is one of the key issues that all companies are facing today, especially with hybrid workplaces and stuff like that. So how can you fix it? And I've been in more companies than you can poke a stick at, and I've helped them with their culture. Even in the events, you know, I focus in my sessions on creating a culture at the event where people connect, communicate, and they feel like they're part of a team. That's belonging. That's such a complex kind of corporate phrase, meaning belonging, meaning that it's a heartfelt, genuine sense of, this is my family. These people care about me. I'm connected to them. They're going to support me. They'll help me. I'll never forget when I first graduated as a physical therapist, I went to Tasmania, into Hobart, because the physical therapist who was the lead physio there had a reputation Australia-wide for being a fabulous leader, and you got amazing experience as a new graduate. So I went down, and honestly, she was incredible. We were a team of about, I think we were about 30, and honestly, it was like a family. The minute you arrived, people supported you, they were kind to you, they connected with you, they checked in to make sure you were okay. You felt really seen. And that's one of the key things about creating a culture of belonging. How much do you actually see your people? And not just like, oh yeah, I see you and I recognize you. It's not that. It's look into their souls. Be interested in them. Be curious about them. Remember them. It's really important. And my ex-husband, who's wonderful, and we're best friends now, is an astonishing leader. And Ken used to spend hours every quarter handwriting, when he was in charge of 20,000 salespeople, handwriting notes to everybody who met or exceeded their KPIs. And he wouldn't just say, great job, Ken. He would actually find something out about these people if he didn't know them. And he would comment on, great job despite the challenges you've had with your family this quarter, or something personal, so that the person felt that he actually knew them. So they felt seen. They felt that they mattered. There isn't one human being alive that doesn't want to feel they matter. And in fact, just yesterday, I was working with my mentor counselor, because I continue to work and grow and develop. And one of the things when she said, what is it that you really want? I sat there and I was like, I really struggled to work out what it is that I wanted. So we went on this circuitous route and round and round, and you know, I couldn't believe when we got to the end of it that I didn't know this, and I didn't actually have it in my consciousness, given what I talk about. But it was that I mattered to someone. And that isn't unique to me. And I'm single now, and I've just moved into a place where I don't know many people. And I jokingly said to her, I could die and be dead for 3 days or longer before anybody noticed, because I don't know many people around here. And I don't know if you can relate to that, and certainly it's an extreme, but that's the sense that a lot of people in the workplace are dealing with. They feel like they're a cog in the wheel, that nobody notices them, that they don't matter, that they don't belong. So if you want to be a fabulous leader who's creating a culture of belonging, really see people, help them understand that they matter, and coach your direct reports to make sure that they do that with their team as well. And then the next thing is to listen to them. And we all go, yeah, listen. Yeah, we all listen. No, we don't. Most people are so busy listening for the gap in the other person's conversation that they haven't got time or the attention to actually hear what the other person's saying. And remember, as Stephen Covey used to say, he said, listen with your eyes for feelings. Listen with your eyes for feelings and respond to the feelings. It makes a really huge difference, because remember, the operating fuel of humans is feelings. And if you just ignore the feelings and you just go for facts, well, you're never going to really connect with another human. And then I think it's the fourth now we're doing. The fourth thing that you can do is to remember to celebrate. Celebrate the small wins. I remember once upon a time I used to talk about F.A.R.C.ing. Now that, keep breathing, that is spelled F-A-R-C-ing. And it stands for focus, awareness, repetition, and celebration. And if you want to change a behavior in yourself, I might do another video on this too. The celebrating is really important. Any tiny change you make, when you celebrate it, the brain cements it in. It's kind of a neuroscience thing. So remember, you want to help people feel seen. You want to help them feel they matter. Listen really carefully for feelings, and then celebrate all the small wins. Because if you start with belonging, it leads to connection, which leads to trust. And then you add joy into that mix, and you will have a great culture. If there's any way you think I can help you with this message for your teams, just reach out to us at amandagore.com. And thank you for watching. Remember, go forth and create a culture of belonging. And if you're not a leader and you're sitting there thinking, yeah, well, I'm not a leader and I have these leaders who don't create the culture, see what you can do with your immediate group. You be the leader in the group. You try to create a culture of belonging. You try to make everybody you interact with at work feel that they matter. See them, help them feel seen. Listen to them so they feel heard. And then celebrate with them small wins. And if your leader's not creating a culture of belonging, you can create a mini culture of belonging with the people with whom you work. So there, it works for everyone. Take care. Bye.
Always look on the bright side of life.